राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारे, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरली गोवर्धन धारी। राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, धन धारी। शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी, शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी। कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी, कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी, माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी, माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी। राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी। राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी, राधा कृष्णा कुंज विहारी। बोलिए राधावर श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः, ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्। ओम मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं, व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम्। अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता 5th chapter। We shall chant verses 3, 4 and 5 together. ज्ञेयः स नित्यसन्न्यासी यो न द्वेष्टि न काङ्क्षति निर्द्वन्द्वो हि महाबाहो सुखं बन्धात् प्रमुच्यते सांख्ययोगौ पृथक् बालाः प्रवदन्ति न पण्डिताः एकमप्यास्थितः सम्यक् उभयोर्विन्दते फलम् यत्साङ्ख्यैः प्राप्यते स्थानम् तद्योगैरपि गम्यते एकं साङ्ख्यं च योगं च यः पश्यति स पश्यति. In the beginning of the 5th chapter, Arjuna asked this question, O Krishna, I understand that supreme vision of knowledge is the goal of human life. And in order to attain that, you have described the giving up of all actions, karma sannyasa, to be the direct path. And also, you have commanded me to perform action. So please tell me which of these two will help me get to this state of knowledge or this supreme vision. So as a reply to this question, Sri Krishna says that both these paths, whether it is performance of action or giving up of action, karma yoga or karma sannyasa, both lead to that supreme goal only. Nishreyasa karau ubhau, both are nishreyasa kar. And he says, although they both lead to the same goal, if you ask me, I would recommend karma yoga as compared to karma sannyasa. For you, karma yoga is more beneficial. For the majority of people, karma yoga is beneficial. For anyone who is in the stage and the mental state of Arjuna, karma yoga is beneficial. Karma yoga vishishyate. Why? Because sannyasi is not just the one who has given up action. It may not be giving up of physical action at all. Then what is given up? So he says, who is a sannyasi? Na dveshti, na kankshati. The one who neither hates nor is attracted, doesn't like, no dislike. There is no attraction, no aversion. So such a person who has given up likes and dislikes, so what is to be given up? Not action. It is the likes and dislikes, attachments that have to be given up. And this has been talked about in the previous chapters also. Mukta sangas samachara, act without any attachment. So what is to be given up is the attachment. And in the 4th chapter it was also said that give up the doership, the kartrutva bhava has to be given up. Once that is given up, then action or no action, it will not affect, it will not matter. So then both these, are they not different? He says only an ignorant person feels these are different. Actually speaking, it is the same road that leads to the same destination. It is just that walking this first phase of the path, we automatically mature, grow to continue on the advanced phase and then eventually reach the same goal. And a one who can see this, who can practice just any one of this, will eventually reach the final goal. So Arjun, don't worry, don't think that this is something advanced, so I should start from there only. You have to start from where you are. You will reach an advanced stage and directly reach the goal also. Yat sankhya prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. That same state will be achieved by Karma Yoga also. That which is achieved by Sankhya. Sankhya here, the word Sankhya is used for Karma Sannyasa. So that which is Karma Sannyasa takes us, that same place, same goal, we can attain through Karma Yoga also. Ekam Sankyam cha Yogam cha. Therefore, don't see any distinction in these two. And one who doesn't see, he only really knows this. Performance of action and giving up of action are not two different things. That's what Bhagavan has said in this 5th verse. These are two opposite things. The same person cannot do this simultaneously. Yes, still both are not different. How can you say that? Ekam Sankyam cha Yogam cha. Karma Sannyas, Karma Yoga are one and the same. It is not two different things. How can you say these two are not different things? How can you say both are exactly the same? Because we perform Karma Yoga, that alone leads to Karma Sannyasa and leads to the goal. It is without that performance of Karma Yoga, it cannot happen. Bhavan, is that so? Is that the correlation? Yes. And that is why it is one and the same. Means you do Karma Yoga, eventually you will become a Karma Sannyasi. And if you directly want to start from the Karma Sannyasi and give up actions, it will follow you and it will force you to take up that previous path also. So he is further saying in the 6th verse, Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha योगयुक्तो मुनिर्ब्रह्म न चिरेणाधिगच्छति. हे महाबाहो, हे mighty armed one, Arjuna, sannyasa tu, please understand this sannyasa, that spirit of sannyasa. What is the spirit of sannyasa? Earlier it was said, no ragadvesha, no getting affected by these pairs of opposites, getting liberated from all these sorrows and bondages, that kind of state, sannyasa tu, he mahabaho, ayogatah aptum dukkham aptum. It is very difficult. Dukkham here doesn't mean sorrow. Dukkham means it is with great difficulty. That result of sannyasa or that state of sannyasa, to attain that state is very difficult for a person who has not walked the path of Karma Yoga. So it is a necessary condition to be fulfilled to reach that state of Karma Yoga. Very, very difficult. Very, very difficult means here we have to understand it's not possible. Ayogatah aptum dukkham. It is very difficult for one who has not taken up the previous steps, the path of Karma Yoga. No, we see there are some people since young age itself, they don't have any attachments and they have given up so many things, which means Purva Janma, they must have done Karma Yoga. It has to happen, it would have happened either in this lifetime or past lifetime, but without that step, this is not possible. So like we are eating, so if it is the 5th chapati that is going to give me satiety, then I cannot say that give me the 5th one first and I am full. If I eat that and I am full, which means I have eaten 4 earlier. I ate and came, but still I will eat here, not a problem. And then 1 chapati full. What happened? 1 chapati? Because 4 already eaten, past life. in another place. I have finished that. So here also, if we find someone who is naturally having that dispassion, detachment, no likes, dislikes, that kind of, which means past life something must have been done already. Otherwise, it is not. Ayogatah aptum dukkham. It is not possible. So this is a very clear statement Bhagavan is making. So don't worry that you are starting from some elementary level and then you have to go there and then after that you will reach. It is so difficult, so time consuming. So is there any shortcut? Bhagavan is saying no shortcut. You have to take this path only. And don't worry. In this path also he said, no, how long it will take. It is going to take long time. He's saying, na chirena. I don't know what happened. Somebody spoke from here. Krishna Bhagavan. If I'm saying something wrong, correct me, okay? Na chirena adhigachati. It is not going to. Chira means long time. Na chirena. Not very long. Don't worry about time. And the best part is, it is going to take so long. Then why should I start from here? And how can I speed up the process? Say, don't worry about the speed. Why? Because the attainment of the goal is beyond time. After attaining that, I am going to be beyond time. Then it won't matter how much time it took. Once we wake up from the dream, it is not going to matter how much time got spent in the dream. Because after waking up, I understand, after all, it was a dream. It is insignificant. It is non-consequential. It is not to be discussed at all. It was false. It was not there at all. How long was that illusion? If it was illusion, then what is the matter? How does it matter? In fact, even time, the concept of time is illusion. It is only in the mind, and it is proven by dream state and the deep sleep state. Because in the dream state, the concept of time, the unit of time completely changes. On waking up, we understand that it was 30 seconds dream and I saw 10 years in that. How? What happened? Same way in sleep also, deep sleep state. That deep sleep state also, I have no concept of time. I said, oh, I slept for 2 hours. I didn't realize. Because there was no concept of time. Which means time is not an absolute reality. Because in certain states of our experience, it is not there. But I am there. I am there to say, I did not know how long it took. So here he is saying, Nachirena, don't worry. But who will get it? Yoga Yukta. He has to be one who is performing this yoga, karma yoga. Karma yoga Yukta Nachirena Adhigachati. He will soon attain the goal of that sannyasa also. But how should he be? Munihi. Munihi means the one who does mananam is called Munihi. Mananashilaha Munihi. So Yoga Yukta, the one who performs this Karma Yoga, such a Muni means one who is reflecting upon what has been heard, one who has the tendency of looking at something, examining something, introspecting, such a Muni. Muni also, there is one more meaning. Muni means one with maunam also. He keeps quiet also. Means not too much talking. So one who is observant and reflective. Such a person is called Muni. Mananashilaha Muni. Now Mananam, if he has done Mananam, means what? Mananam presupposes that he has done Shravanam also. So he has listened to the scriptures, and he is reflected and reflecting upon that, then so a muni who is yoga yukta, because for the sake of listening to the scriptures, I have to have some purity of mind. That purity of mind can be attained through karma yoga. So karma yoga yukta muni nachirena brahma adigachati. Here the goal is indicated as brahma. That infinite is attained by a person who is following the path of karma yoga. So don't worry, Arjun. Don't worry about the time taken. Understand this path is the same path. It leads to the next stage and then attainment of the goal. One that is nice to hear. But how does this happen? How does this unfold? Can you tell me? How does this happen means what? No, the process. Can you tell me the process? I said, you walk the path. You will come to know. I will walk the path. I know what you are saying. I am understanding it. I am convinced and I will walk the path. But still, if you can tell me the process, what happens step by step, then what will happen is, then I know that, okay, I am on the path, I am doing this. So it is important for me to know. So can you please tell me how can this happen? So now he is laying down the path, the process. Verse number 7. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriya sarvabhutatmabhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. He's saying, hey Arjuna, yoga yukta, first step, karma yoga. The one who is performing action with the right attitude, fulfilling his duties with the attitude of offering to the Lord to some great higher altar, such a person, yoga yukta, what happens through karma yoga? Vishuddhatma. His mind gets purified. So through karma yoga, what happens? What is the outcome of karma yoga? Purification of mind. What is purification of mind? Puja Gurudev very beautifully dissects it and gives it correctly. That what is the purification of mind? That quantity, quality, and direction of thought is regulated. That is called purification of mind. That there is no too many thoughts flowing through the mind. Quantity is reduced. Means there is more peace. Quality of thought is not that agitation variety of thought. It is a more of a cheer form of thought. So there is greater peace, greater cheer, and also the direction of thought is towards the goal. It is not taking me away from the goal. This is called purification. So vishuddhatma, because of karma yoga, there is purity of mind that is attained. So if I have to know, I am doing karma yoga, am I practicing correctly? So we have to examine, is my mind purer than before? Is it more calm? Is it more clear? Is it more cheerful? Or all the time irritated and irritable? Anything anybody does, why are you doing this? Then maybe karma yoga is not happening. So it is feedback for us that what kind of mental state we are in. Are we enjoying the process itself, or we are waiting one day the result will come, then I will be happy. Till then I am just waiting. Waiting for results to be happy is equal to postponing our happiness. So is the process itself giving me that joy? If that is there, then again karma yoga is successful. Vishuddhatma. And when this mind is purer, then what happens? Vijitatma, I have better control over the body. So vishuddhatma in that atma is mind. Vijitatma in that atma is body. Because this atma word is used in various connotations in the Gita also and other scriptures also. Here vijitatma means the body is under control. Body is under control means the body does not dictate terms on me that now I want food, give me now. You just ate half an hour ago. No, but I just feel like eating more. It is not done. So I listen to the body listens to me. I am sitting for meditation. Can I have that? Nowadays these meditation chairs are there with a backrest. Can I get that? Why? No, because anyway I know I am going to sleep sometime later. So then I'll have rest. Otherwise I fall down. Center of gravity is maintained so that I can. It gives me better convenience to doze off. The body dictates. I want to sit here. I want to do this. I want to go there. Vijitatma. Body listens to me. I don't listen to the body. Sometimes, because of some circumstances, maybe I may not get what I really am comfortable or I'm used to. I may not get that. The body should not revolt. That is called vijitatma. Whatever is there, now I have to focus on whatever action I have in front of me so that I move towards my goal. So that is control over the body. Vijitatma. Jitendriya. Indriya, senses. One who has conquered the senses. Here, Indriya means the sense organs as well as the organs of action, control. So, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, all these, if I am able to use them as much as required, whenever required, and rest of the time, I can withdraw them. Then I have mastered my senses. Same way, organs of action also. As much as required, I use them. Speech, hands, legs, etc. So all these different indriyas, different organs, are they under my control? Or we keep saying sorry. Sorry, I never meant to say that, but I didn't mean it. Which means what? The speech was independent. Disconnect from the intellect, said something, and after that the intellect said, was it right? I should not have said that. I am sorry, I did not mean this. So, jitendriya. So, yoga yukta, because of that, vishuddhatma, and when mind is pure, vijitatma, the body is under control, jitendriya, the senses and the organs of action are under control. This is a sadhaka's journey that slowly through karma yoga. Now when my senses, body, mind, everything is under my control and the mind is purified also, and then when I listen to the knowledge, I reflect upon it, and then I realize that self, I attain that knowledge, then that same person, what happens to him? Sarvabhutatmabhutatma. That such a person, he realizes his own oneness with the entire world. He says, the self in me is the self in all. Sarvabhutatmabhutatma. He is the self that pervades all beings, the entire creation. That realization comes. So the first line is sadhana, and the second line is the result, the goal. Sarvabhutatma bhutatma. So what happened in between? In between all these different steps, through karma yoga, all these things developed, and then at one point that maturity came, actions got dropped off, and I kept moving towards my goal and attained the goal. Sarvabhutatma bhutatma. Such a person repeating what he has said several times in the previous chapter. He is saying, Kurvannapi na lipyate. Such a person, even in spite of performing actions, is never bound by them, is never attached to them. So he is performing actions, but even while performing those actions, he is not attached. Kurvan word is present continuous term tense, means as he is performing actions during that time. See, our knowledge also, when we say dream, example of a dream. In dream, before the dream begins, I am aware of myself. After the dream, when I wake up, I am aware of myself. But during the dream, I feel that this is real, and whatever I am seeing and experiencing, that is all real. I feel that is only real during the dream. Before and after, I am aware of myself, I am awake. So that is not during the dream only there is this problem. Here, about what is he talking about, a liberated person? He is saying Kurvannapi, as he is performing actions, present continuous tense, during that action also, na lipyate. He is not attached, he is not bound. While performing action also, he doesn't feel this karta, this doer of the action, that is me, and I am doing it, and I want this result, I will get this result, I am bound by this action, I am bound by the result. He doesn't have any such thing, no wrong notions. He knows that the actions are happening, these instruments are working, I am not bound in this. Kurvan api, during that time also, na lipyate. Whether it is a situation outside or an action that is initiated from him, there is no attachment there, there is no identification there. Once Puja Gurudev had gone for a classical music concert, very technical classical music. Devotees were there, they all joined. They said, wherever Gurudev goes, anywhere, how does it matter whatever the program is? There are so many people who used to sit with Gurudev, and Gurudev used to watch tennis also. Gurudev is watching tennis and people are watching him. Because who is interested in tennis? I am interested in him. So like that, many devotees went, not interested in music, and that too classical music that everyone cannot understand also. But still, so many people went. Gurudev, guest of honor, seated in the first row, and all these people were beside Gurudev. Now, started any classical music, if it is there, Indian classical music, it starts with alap. Because you have to set that mood of the raga. Then slowly one or two words will come out. Then tala will enter much later. That tabla or mridangam person is sitting and waiting. Now, when will this start? He's also very big tapasvi is that person. Percussionist is the greatest tapasvi in classical music program because he's waiting. He's looking around, and then in between, he says, wow, 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 okay. So maybe he will start soon. Goes on. Now, these people were all sitting, they were not interested in music. So after some time, they got bored. They started looking at Gurudev. Gurudev was moving his head. So they saw, oh, Gurudev is enjoying. Maybe there is something to enjoy. Let me see once, let me try again. They started listening again for some time. Nothing went in because no samskar, nothing. Again bored. They're getting restless. But then first row sitting there next to the guest of honor, how can they? They're waiting that when will it get over? Some 2.5 hours it's lasted. It was the longest 2.5 hours in their lives. Finished, got up, and then they all came out. And after coming out, then they are, Gurudev, how could you sit through that program? It was so difficult for us. We could not sit through. And that too, not only you sat through, but then you were enjoying also. You were shaking your head and enjoying. We could not do that. We tried, but we really could not do that. How did you do that? Gurudev said, the musician was singing, the sound waves of music, they traveled and entered my ear. The eardrums vibrated by those sound waves. Because of that vibration, there was a signal sent to the brain. And the brain sent a signal to the head, to the neck, that move. So it moved. In all this, where am I involved? Kurvannapi na lipyate. Appearing to be in the middle of some action, still not affected by it, not identified with it, not bound by it. Kurvannapi na lipyate. That is the state of liberation. That is the highest goal that has been pointed out. And he says, this karma sannyasa, don't worry about that. You do this, mind will get purified, body, senses, all will come under control. And then with that, you keep performing, moving forward, you will reach that goal where even if you do things, you will not be bound. And you will not be forced to do anything also. Whether do or not do, it will not make any difference. Now it makes difference, because if I do something that I am not supposed to do, problem. If I don't do something which is supposed to do, again problem. But here, for a jnani, do, not do, doesn't matter. Kurvannapi na lipyate. Akurvannapi na lipyate. Not doing also, both. So here he is saying, sarvabhutatmabhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. So these words are such that if you read together, you can split it as sarvabhutatmabhutatma akurvannapi na lipyate or sarvabhutatmabhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. Both readings can be possible. So sarvabhutatmabhutatma, whether he does or he chooses not to do, he is not going to be bound. Why? Because he has realized that self which is all pervading. So that which is a not self, the body, etc., he said, anyway, I am not this. Now, when such things we read in the scriptures or we come across such concepts, then immediately there is a question that if I am not the doer of any action, if my body is only doing the action, and the body, let us say, steals, the body is only stealing, then why are we punished? If I am not doing the action, the body is only doing the action, the body only took away somebody's money or some object or shoplifting. So, why am I punished? The point is, the principle should be applied totally. If we say that the body is stealing, then the body is only punished. I am not punished. Because what is put in jail? The body only is put. The self is anyway everywhere. The self is not put in jail. So, like the body is not committing a crime, that way the body, I am not committing a crime, only the body is committing a crime. The same way, body is only punished. I am not punished. So, why should I worry? So, that kurvannapi na lipyate. Because if I am that self and I understand, I know, I experience that I am that self, then with whatever actions or its results, they will not bind me. Anything I do, it will not affect me. Anything. Bhagavan says anything, yes. Means voluntary, involuntary, any type of actions. Yes, any type of action. Are you sure, Bhagavan? Yes, I am sure. What kind of actions will not bind? All actions. There is no action that will bind you. But then give me some example. So he is now giving a list of actions. Kurvan, same type. Kurvan, present continuous tense. Like that, many verbs he is giving in present continuous tense and saying while doing this, while doing this, while doing this, while doing this, he is not bound. What is he saying? Next two verses, we'll chant together. नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन्. Such a person who has undergone this karma yoga and eventually reached that maturity of dropping off of actions also and reached that highest goal indicated in the second line of the 7th verse, such a person who has experienced himself to be the self which is in all beings, that person, what does he always have this awareness about? The self-awareness is manyeta. Manyeta, he always considers, he always knows, he always is experiencing what? Naiva kinchit karomi iti. I am not doing anything. That is the experience of this person. Who? Tattvavit. The one who is knower of the tattva. Tattva means the essence, the truth of this entire universe. The one who knows the essence, the truth of this universe, one who has recognized himself to be that pure consciousness which is beyond this body, mind and intellect, such a person who has got liberated, whether he is performing any action or not, he always considers himself that I am not doing anything. Because for him, see, we also can say I am not doing anything. When we say I am not doing anything, it is equal to lazy person. But when a jnani says I am not doing anything, is equal to he knows who he is. That's a difference. Because an ignorant person also says I don't do anything. Why? I just keep sleeping. But sleeping also is an action, by the way. If I'm identified with it, then I get tired of it also. What are you doing? Nothing. Nothing means just sitting. Sitting, you see. So there is something being done. Since morning, I did not do anything. How is it possible you did not do anything since morning? What? Just little bit of cleaning and then just this cooking and then just I ate my lunch and then just sat down, watched TV for a while and then just talked to someone on the phone. That's all. I didn't do anything. Then what was all these things? I didn't do anything special. I didn't do anything significant. That's all worth mentioning. I didn't do it. But I did. I am constantly in action because I am identified with the instruments that are engaged in the action. Whereas a jnani, he says, Naiva kinchit karomi. There is nothing that I am doing. Why? Because that which is doing is not me. And I am that which never does. A fan rotates. When does it rotate? When it is touched with electricity. A bulb glows when it is connected with electricity. So now the electricity manifests as light in the bulb The electricity manifests as rotation in the fan. Electricity manifests as amplification in the amplifier. So all these, whatever, all different appliances. So if the electricity says, I am not doing any of these things. So what is this? This fan is rotating. But I am not rotating. It is not the electricity is going round and round. Electricity is just touching it. And then the fan is going round and round. It is not that the electricity is glowing. Electricity is touching the bulb and then the bulb glows. So electricity is manifesting as the motion or the light or whatever different things. But it is not doing that. It is not going through that. It is only present there, and in its presence, the appliances do their jobs. Similarly, even if electricity has to speak on behalf of all the electrical appliances, what will it say? The fan may be rotating, the bulb may be glowing, the aircon may be cooling, the heater may be heating, but I am not doing anything. The fuel in a car, without fuel the car cannot run. But whatever be the car and whatever the car may do, it may be a Formula 1 and wins the race also, winner, who is given the medal, bring out that petrol which is there inside, because that only did the race, no? The winner, this is the winner petrol. Give petrol says, I do nothing. I am just sitting there. In my presence, all this is happening. So here, that knowledgeable person, one who has recognized himself that he is not this body that is action involved in action, body, mind, intellect, anything. He is none of these things, and he is that pure self. Once he knows, then he says, Naiva kinchit karumi. I don't do anything. Yukto manyeta tattvavit. Such a person who was a karma yogi earlier and now he is a tattvavit. Yuktaha tattvavit. Both are used in the same line. Means he was a karma yogi earlier. He started his journey as a karma yogi only. But now what has become? He has become tattvavit. He is the knower of the truth. And such a knower of the truth, the realized master, he considers himself to be a non-doer of all actions. Anything may happen. Oh, when does he think like that? After doing everything or before doing anything? He says no. While doing all these actions, what are these? Pashyan. While seeing, he is aware that it is the eyes, the mind behind the eyes. Yes, that consciousness is required to enliven it. But I am not interested in seeing what is there outside. I am not peeping out. And whatever is seen, that also can't affect me. And the action of seeing also cannot affect. Pashyan. While seeing also, he knows. If you want to see how it looks when one sees and knows that he is not the seer, you have to see Swami Taponji Maharaj's eyes. Then we'll exactly know what it means. Because he seems to be seeing, but we know that he knows he is not seeing. Pashyam, na pashyami, naiva kinchit karomi. And it is not just words in his mind, it is his direct experience. Pashyan, Shrinvan, listening. It's just Gurudev's example. Listening, nodding the head, enjoying as though. But where am I involved? This whole mechanism, this whole process is happening. Where am I? Why should I be bored? Shrinvan. Sprishan. any type of touch. Touch means it's not only objects, it could be heat, cold, whatever. Anything. Soft, hard, smooth, rough, any kind of touch doesn't affect. Sprishan, jigran. Jigran, smelling. While smelling also, he knows that how does it matter? Pashyan, Shranvan, Sprishan, Jigran, Ashnan, eating. Ashnan. There is this very interesting type of story. Once, this Sri Krishna Bhagavan and his 8 main queens, Ashtapattarani, the main 8 queens, and Sri Krishna went to some river bank near Dwaraka for a picnic. And all of them, they said that no, we want quality time with you. So let us all go for a picnic. They went there. They barely reached the place and they got news that on the other side of the river, which was quite wide and deep, on the other side of the river, sage Durvasa has come. And this Durvasa Rishi is very well known for his rage and his curses. So everyone would be scared of Durvasa. And this Durvasa Rishi has not come alone, he has come with 80 disciples of his. 880. And Durvasa Rishi is like, this is his general, how does news arrive to anybody? So, my disciples and I have come here, we are just taking a dip in the river and coming to you, keep food ready. This kind of news will come. Food for 80 people. Now, Krishna Bhagavan said, no, Grihastha Jivan, we have to take care of everyone. So we can't. But we are on a picnic, whatever it is. We have got an opportunity to serve. So let us take it. Okay. Now what to do? They said, you are 8 of you. We need 80 people. So make 10 people's food. Simple. Okay. Krishna Bhagavan, Dwarakadhish. What? Fatafat, everything, all arrangements done. They cooked also, everything ready. They had the vessels and all, and Durvasa Rishi was waiting on the other side. They said, okay, all ready, let us take now. So each one carrying 10 people's food and came to the bank of the river just to see that there is no boats available, no bridge there, nothing. How do they cross? We did all these things, it will go waste, and still we have to take the curse of the Rishi. What to do? They came back to Sri Krishna and said, now what to do? This is a problem. How do we cross? Krishna Bhagavan said, I can give you a way, but then will you do it? You should have faith. So, of course, Krishna, you are our savior. No, you only are our Lord. Whatever you say. Krishna said, if I am a Nitya Brahmachari, then you take my name and walk. You can walk on the river. These people looked at each other. They looked at Krishna and said, now this is not the time to discuss anything. Surrender completely. Okay, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Reached. Reached there now. They said, now we can't think. Let us first look for that Maharshi and feed him first. He's hungry also. They went there. He was sitting alone under a tree. Maharaj, what happened to your disciples? And that king was passing by and he said he wanted to feed all the brahmacharis, so I sent all of them with him. But I had told you, so I am sitting here. Said, but we have 80 people's food. What do we do? He said, not to worry, serve me. He sat there. He finished 80 people's food single-handedly. These people were very happy. Okay, we could feed a sannyasi, we could feed a rishi. They were very happy, and the greatest joy was he did not get angry. He said, thank God. Okay, done. Now, Durvasa Rishi said, he showered his blessings and he said, very good. And then said, okay. So they all said, thank God, saved. Started going back. Came to the bank of the river, again remembered, now how do we go back? So he came to Durvasa Rishi. He said, Maharaj, you are a great Rishi. Please tell us how to go back. So he asked, how did you come? He said, this is what Krishna told us. We took his name. He came. We walked over the waters and came here. So Durvasa Rishi said, if I am a Nitya Upavasi, take my name and cross. If I am a Nitya Upavasi means I am always a one who fasts. One who fasts always, such a person. If I am a Nitya Upavasi, then take my name, you can walk across. And they said, now also there is no time to discuss with him also. So we just saw what Upavasi does. So they just looked at each other. They said, don't take up this. With great difficulty, he is pleased. By any question you ask here, and if he gets displeased, then again problem. So they took his name, walked across. Now they were like, no pressure, no tension. So they said, Krishna, please sit down. We have some questions. All 8 of you, yes, all of us. And we have the same question. Now, what is it? You sent us across saying that take my name and cross, and if you are a Nitya Brahmachari, you will not, you'll be able to walk over the waters. And that side, that Maharshi also said the same thing, something similar only. What is this? Here we know what Brahmachari is. You are a Grahastha of the highest order. 8 men, we are only 16,000 there. Brahmachari, what is, and this other person, 80 people, we made food. It was not some illusion or something. We made 80 people's food. Something extra only it must have been, not less. And one single person finished it off. And he said, Upavas? What is this? That time Sri Krishna said, Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit pashyan shrinvan sprishan jigran ashnan gachan swapanchvasan. So a person, he may appear to be performing actions externally, but internally he knows he is that self which doesn't do any of these things. So yes, the body-mind complex is involved in actions, not me. So what was Krishna Bhagavan's statement? If I am a Nitya Brahmachari, I. He also, if I am a Nitya Upavasi, I. Because Atma does not eat anything. So Ashnan, Gachan, the one which moves, goes. Swapan, while sleeping also. Shwasan, breathing. If you find so many of these actions are voluntary and so many are involuntary also. Shwasan, for example, breathing. Breathing is happening by itself. Shwapan, Shwasan. Pralapan, Pralapan, speaking. Visrijan, Grindhan, letting go of or holding. Unmishan, Nimishan, opening of the eyes, closing of the eyes. All these different actions while performing. So some of them are voluntary actions, some of them are involuntary actions, and as a sample, these actions have been enlisted here just to explain to Arjuna and explain to us through Arjuna that while performing any of these voluntary or involuntary actions, this person constantly considers himself to be a non-doer because he knows he is not any of these instruments that is undertaking the action, but he is that pure consciousness that is enlivening everything. Now, enlivening also is not an action. Otherwise, we'll say enlivening. So he enlivens. He is just there. It is like the sun does not drive darkness away. The sun is light and darkness cannot stay. It is not that the sun comes in the morning and says, all darkness, get out now. I am here. No, it is not driving darkness away. The sun, just by being, darkness is dispelled. Similarly, here also, whatever action happens in its presence, but I am not involved in any of this. So, what is happening? Indriyani indriyartheshu vartante. So then what is my understanding? What is that understanding of the man of realization? He says it is only the instruments and the field or the objects. They are just interacting in between. I am not there. Same as what Gurudev said. Sound waves, eardrum, vibration, signal, another signal, done. I am not there. Indriyani, indriyartheshu vartante. There's some interaction between the senses and their objects. That's all. And it seems as though I am doing it. But naiva kinchit karom. I am doing nothing. This is the constant awareness of a person who has realized. Now, Bhagavan Shri Krishna has not left the topic. What did Arjuna ask? Arjuna said, which of these two is a better way to attain knowledge? He says, both are same only, don't worry. Where you are, you start. You will reach the other stage and then reach the goal. It is the same road. Don't worry about it. Okay, but how do I do that? Sages also said that you have to do this. Bhagavan is only, there's only one thing that of all these verses we have to understand. Bhagavan says, Sannyas, I am not stopping you from, but provided you are prepared. Without preparation, going to that stage of sannyas as a sadhana is not good. Giving up anything without preparation, without that qualification is not right. I give up something. Why? Because I don't like doing it. And that is nothing. Because Arjuna was in that state initially in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita. He said, I don't want to do this. And therefore he said, so much of evil will come because of this act of war. Therefore, I will not do this. He was about to give up his duty, his action. Not out of understanding, not out of maturity. But he was at the stage of karma yoga, but he wanted to get into that stage of karma sannyasa directly. Bhagavan is saying, if you are not prepared, no. Go by all means, but when you are prepared, then what should I do now? What? Next verse is coming. So that we will see tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.